Dear friends and cherished guests, my name is Chris Martin Young, president of the Pattison Funeral Home, and on behalf of my family, Greg and Derek Martin, and the entire team at Pattison Funeral Home, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. It is with immense gratitude and appreciation that we gather here today at our annual Holiday Remembrance service. We're truly honored to have you join us on this special occasion as we come together to remember and honor the lives of our loved ones who have passed on. The gathering at this service is a beautiful testament to our enduring connections that we hold on to and to the people who have touched our hearts and left an indelible mark on our lives. It is our sincere mission to provide comfort, compassion, and guidance to those who are navigating through the challenging journey of loss. We are privileged to be a part of your lives during these difficult times, and we remain committed to supporting you every step of the way. Once again, thank you for being with us. May this holiday remembrance service be a source of healing, hope, and renewal for all of us. Together, let us honor the memories of our loved ones and find strength in the shared love and support that surrounds us. At this time, I'd like to turn this over to our life celebrant, David Townsend.
Thank you, Chris. I would also like to welcome all of you here tonight, whether you are attending in person or joining us through our live stream. Your presence is valued and is appreciated. I would also like to thank Karen Bolender for sharing her lovely music prior to the service starting, and thank you. We really appreciate it. We gather here tonight for our annual Holiday Remembrance service, which also coincides with the 34th year of offering up a personalized Christmas ornament in memory of those loved ones that we have brought into our care over this past year. For those families that we have served in this past year, members of the Pattison family will be here to assist you in collecting your ornament after the service, as well as order additional ornaments. I know that some of you have already collected your ornaments, and some of you have already made your orders, but we would like to thank the Pattison family who have helped make all of that possible, and also for their help in planning and presenting tonight's service, the Remembrance service. The Remembrance holiday service is here as a special time set aside to remember all those that have gone before us, especially those in this past year. On the screen above, you've probably noticed are pictures of the people that we've helped assist over this past year. These photos will continue to flow up on the screen above us, and they are ones that our funeral home has been entrusted to care for over this past year. They are gone, but they are not forgotten. Losing a loved one can be incredibly difficult, especially during the holiday season. So holding a special event like this one allows us to honor and remember those that we have lost. As we come together tonight, we celebrate the lives of our loved ones, and we find comfort and support from one another as a community on this journey towards healing. This evening gives us an opportunity to connect with others who understand what we are dealing with, and our Pattison family hope that you will find solace and strength during this challenging time. Please pause and think of your loved ones who are no longer with us. No matter if they are family, friends, co-workers, or someone known to us. This loss may have been this year. It may have been in the years past. And as you continue to think of them, there may have been a full service to honor them. There might have been just a graveside service, an informal one, or no service at all. No matter the circumstances, their absence from our lives can make us feel many different emotions, and each of us are dealing with these emotions differently. And that is okay. You should be allowed to grieve in your own way and in your own time. The holiday remembrance service allows us to gather as a community to grieve and to remind you that you are not alone in this path. There are others who are dealing with grief associated with the loss of a loved one. And as each anniversary, birthday, special occasion, or event occurs, it can leave us feeling many different sentiments. At the front of our chapel is a candle that burns in remembrance of the lives that we have lost. The flame and its light can represent many things. Just as we light a candle in memory of others, we also light candles to shine light into the darkness and help us see the way. The journey through grief is different for everyone, so just know that you cannot compare your grief journey to someone else's. Yours is unique, and as you move forward at your own pace. Hopefully, we will be able to light your way as tonight progresses. And near the end of the service, we will light your candles to acknowledge your grief, as well as give you thanks for the lives of the loved ones that you are thinking about now. During the holidays, we gather as family and friends to celebrate. So let us celebrate those who are important to us and let us remember them. Please think of your loved ones. Close your eyes if you need to, if it helps, as I share a poem entitled, "They Are Gone" by David Harkins. They are gone. You can shed tears that they are gone, or you can smile because they have lived. You can close your eyes and pray that they'll come back, or you can open your eyes and see all they've left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see them, or you can be full of love that you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember only that they are gone, or you can cherish their memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you can do what they'd want. Smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. To love and go on. I know that's difficult because we could still be reeling from the loss. It's not easy to go on, but as you try to move forward, know that there are others there that can help you in this journey. Friends and family can assist you in providing you with a listening ear. There are professionals that can help. Grief counselors can lend their time and talents to guide you on this path. And we are fortunate to have Ina Leahy with us tonight to share a special insight into grief and some thoughts on how to deal with this during the holiday season. And I'd like to call her forward.
Thank you, David. As we gather here this evening in remembrance of those who have passed, we all have at least one thing in common, and that is the feeling of grief. Grief is everything we think and feel inside after someone or something that we care about has been taken away from us. Grief can be sadness, it can be anger, it can be shock and confusion. Grief can be these and many other possible emotions and thoughts. They can happen all together or at one time, and they can come and go or ebb and flow, as some have described them. Grief impacts us emotionally, mentally, behaviorally, physically, and spiritually. Grief is unique to each one of us, which means that no two people grieve in the same way. Grief never ends, but it does change shape. Usually, the stronger our attachment to the someone or something that is taken, the stronger our grief will be. As Dr. Alan Wolfelt states, grief is the price that we pay for our capacity to give and receive love. For some of you here this evening, your journey is almost a year old, and for others here tonight, your grief journey has just started. So we wonder why holiday time is such an exceptionally difficult time. One of the reasons why it is so challenging for people who are grieving is because the holidays are usually spent with those we love the most. Holidays are the traditions and togetherness that we try so hard to create. Holidays are built on memories with that loved one who is no longer here to share in them, and we no longer have an opportunity to create new ones. Facing this first Christmas without that individual may be a very lonely and daunting time. There may be expectations of you to do certain things, put up the Christmas tree, go out for Christmas concerts, or have meals with family and friends. And you may feel that you don't want to do any of these things. As well as the reminiscing of the memories, you can also be paralyzed with the fear of what's to come. How am I going to cope moving forward? You may question, what will my future look like without this person in my life? And added onto top of all of the sadness and anxiousness that you may be dealing with, there are people who are wanting to handle the holidays in the same way as always, keeping the same routines and rituals. They may have expectations of you to deliver what you have always done. So this all becomes overwhelming and confusing to you, And you may question, how do I navigate? How can I take care of myself and not offend anyone else? There is so much information on surviving the holidays on the internet, in articles, and in books. Everyone has an opinion or a suggestion of what's best for you. I would like to provide you with some very concrete ideas that I hope you can use after you leave here tonight. So firstly, I want to talk to you about honoring the pain. We do this by giving ourselves permission to acknowledge your thoughts and your feelings. The reality of the situation is that the days leading up to this holiday season are going to be very different and very difficult. It's going to be normal to cry, to feel anger, maybe to want to spend time on your own. Take this time to reflect on how you are actually feeling. As Dr. Wolfelt has written many times, you must acknowledge the pain. You can't go around it or over it or under it. You actually have to go through it, which is really, really hard. Since there are so many feelings that can occur alongside grief, there may be times that you actually experience joy or humor. Christmas night, watching a grandchild open up a present, and it brings a smile to your face, and that surprises you or shocks you. But lean into it. Let it happen. Claim your thoughts and speak them. Claim your feelings and show them. There is no reason to feel bad about it. A second part of honoring the pain is to give yourself permission to share your feelings with others. We do this for two reasons. Firstly, it allows them to comfort and support you as you're feeling. And it also gives them permission to talk about their own thoughts and feelings. You are not alone in your grief, and we need to remember that others are grieving as well. As one author so simply stated, let your feelings be your guide. Secondly, I want to speak briefly about communication. To help the holiday season flow more smoothly, direct communication will be helpful. Take time to express your needs and desires to friends, family, and co-workers, and that's going to take the guesswork and assumptions out of the equation. People will understand how they can help you or what you need if you tell them. If you prefer to talk about your loved one, let people know that. And if you prefer not to at this time, because you will have to talk about them at some point, that's fine too. The more you share, the more supportive people can be with you. And one of the handouts that I read about, it talked about a Christmas care plan where every member of the family, a week or two before, would sit down and wrote what their desire was for Christmas Eve or for Christmas Day. And then you sit down and through compromise and negotiation, you kind of come up with the best laid plan for yourself. So that might be helpful. Or another article talked about having a plan A and a plan B. So if plan A is to go to the Beefeater with Bob and Sally, but you're not sure if you're going to be able to do it, your plan B might be that when you get there and you're feeling really anxious and nervous, you actually take a walk around the parking lot first. And if you still can't actually make it into the Beefeater, then you tell your spouse, you go in and have supper, I'm going to go home, bring me takeout later. There's no right or wrong way to deal with your plans. Just communicate what they are so that everyone knows. And the third concept I would briefly like to speak to you about is leaning on traditions and rituals. Human behavior like things to say the same. We gain comfort in repetitive actions. This is one of the reasons why we like to practice traditions and rituals. Consistency brings us comfort. Holiday traditions are usually handed down from generation to generation. They are created from a combination of past family members, ethnic background, religious or spiritual traditions. Some examples would be the lighting of the Christmas tree, lighting certain candles, baking a special meal, or eating a certain dessert. Because the death of our loved one has created so much chaos in our life, the traditions we turn to may keep us grounded and feeling somewhat normal. So you may find that you are really focused on following through with all of the things that you used to do, and you don't want to deviate from them. On the other hand, it may be really difficult for you to practice these traditions that brought you so much joy because that loved one isn't here to participate in that celebration anymore. This is the time when you want to try something new. Give yourself permission to let go of the idea that things have to be done a certain way. This is an opportunity to honor your loved one's memory. Some ideas could be the hanging of a special ornament, maybe a special stocking, listening to their favorite music, watching their favorite movie, saying a prayer, or having a toast in their memory. And then, at the end of the Christmas season, you can decide if this is something that is a one-time tradition or something that we would just like to carry on now in their name. Your life has been changed forever. You are learning a new way of navigating through it without the presence of your loved one. This holiday season will not be easy, but you will get through it. And over time, the holidays and your day-to-day life will adapt to a new normal. Remember to be patient with yourself, feel what you need to feel, take time for you. You have just begun this journey, a journey that you will never get over, but one that you will learn to live with. I wish you peace this holiday season.
Thank you so much, Ina. These insights from Ina should give you pause for thought when you're dealing about grief. There are many ways to deal with your feelings of loss, and you may be able to come up with your own coping skills to deal with these sentiments. And remember that, as we've said over and over again, grief journey is unique and singular to each person. Now, as you look for positive ways to channel your emotions that you encounter, think of something that you can do that's meaningful, that's positive. Go for a walk, journal, listen to music, volunteer your time to help others, turn to your spiritual beliefs for guidance during this time. Or maybe trying something charitable and do it for other people in your community. Help manage the feelings that you are dealing with. Now, building on this and what Ina shared, there will be handouts available in the lobby after the service that will give you other suggestions on how to cope with your grief during this holiday season. But remember, there's one thing for sure. The memories you have of your loved ones are special. So cherish them and hold them close to your hearts. As you look back on your journey through life with your loved ones, think of what you remember the most about them. Think about what them made special to you and what made them special to others. And if you could, what would they say to you? I'd like to call upon my fellow celebrant, Pat Grisonich, to share a poem with you that may help answer this question.
I really appreciate what Ina and Dave both said about dealing with grief. And for me, it's trying to imagine that loved one and what they would be saying to you. And so there's a poem that's really special to me that I've used for me personally and for some of the families I've been with. And the poem is called My Wish for You is Simple. And I can imagine, for me, my parents saying this to me. My wish for you is simple. Have the very best life imaginable. Live life like you never grow old. Laugh, giggle, and cry if you must. Play as hard as you work. Always make time for the people and things that you adore, especially your family. When you sleep, I hope you have the best dreams that will make you wake up with a smile on your face and know that you'll always be loved. That would be their wish for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. More reflective thoughts for us to ponder. My wish for you is that you will find comfort and help. This will help navigate the holiday season. I encourage you to remember your loved ones and all that they meant to you. May these memories help raise you up when you are weary. And this is the theme of the central song that we'll use today and I'd like to share as we carry out the candle lighting ceremony. The song is, of course, You Raise Me Up, composed by Rolf Lovland, and Brendan Graham wrote the lyrics to Lovland's melody. The song was first performed at, of course, Lovland's mother's funeral, and has since been recorded by many more artists. And I again would like to call Randy Ferre forward to share this song, You Raise Me Up. As Randy shares this tribute song, members of the Pattison family will help distribute the light from our Remembrance candle. We ask that you share your light with the person next to you until all within the chapel have their candles lit. In sharing the light with others, you will bring light to the darkness, moving you forward towards healing and peace. Once your candles are lit, know that this is done to honor your grief and give thanks to the lives of your loved ones. May this light raise you up from your grief.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Thank you, Randy. In lighting these candles, we acknowledge those that we have lost. We remember and honor their lives and their memory. As you look at this light, let the memory of your loved ones brighten your hearts and brighten your minds. Let them shine within you. And just as their life was gone sooner than we wished, when you are ready, blow out the candle. And let the smoke rise to your loved ones, just as your prayers and good thoughts rise to them. This is our chance to remember each of those lives that have graced the earth and graced our lives. For all of us here at the Pattison Funeral Home, we'd like to wish you all the best and hope that you will be able to navigate this holiday season as you deal with the grief of losing someone special. Please know that we are always there to support you, your family, friends, and our community as a whole. Being able to serve you is our greatest treasure, just as your loved ones are yours. You are welcome to join with us afterwards for a brief time of fellowship and nourishment, which will both nourish your body and your soul. Please remember to pick up the ornament of your loved one if you haven't already done so. And we'd like to thank Brenda from Fresh Flowers and Gifts for contributing the beautiful flower arrangement that adorns our remembrance candle. And while you're looking at this arrangement and the candle, please think of your loved ones. And let this light shine into your hearts and into your minds. And as you picture your loved ones in your mind's eye, I leave you with this quote: "Gone, yet not forgotten, although we are apart. Your spirit lives within me, forever in my heart." Thank you for coming tonight and sharing this time of remembrance with us and with each other. Please take time, and when you're ready, we'll exit. Thank you.